Oh, let's see here. Hopefully connection's good here. Hopefully. How's the audio and video? Can you guys see me okay? Hopefully you can. So far, looks like a relatively... Connection says very bad connection. Yeah. So much for reliable networks in the world. Hey, Michael. It goes in and out. You know what? This is part of the whole live remote mobile thing. It's obviously something that has to be worked out. You can see me and hear me, a little bit of wind interference here and there. All right, let me see if I do this, is the interference better? How's that? Is that any better? Hello? Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, test. How is that? Testing. Is it? How's the wind? Is the wind a little bit different? Not really. Well, you know what? It's going to be like that anyway, because unless I'm in a sound stage with a green screen, then guess what? It happens. Well, also too, I have to say, my inner producer voice tells me that with what I like to do and what I want to do, it's unless I'm on CNN or have like a, this is it. This is, unless I figure it out, right? So, you know. But this is the amount of work I do to make sure that all of you get some, like, I know the content 99% of the time is pertinent. I'm going to eliminate my ego out of that, but I try to give good content. But connection, yeah, sometimes, not so much. Video, sometimes, not so much. Audio, sometimes, not so much. One thing I can say, though, is if I was using Facebook Live, from what I gather, there's a lot of crap. Hey, Tina, welcome. So, yeah, so this is, I'm at Cole State Park, actually, in my hometown, Bristol, Rhode Island, and look at this view. You know, I'm going to give you a little bit of a spin, so hang on. Say, look at this. Now, I'm purposely not sitting on a bench facing this view. So I'm purposely not sitting, there's a bench, like, right there. But see, I'll be seeing the great view and not you. So I'm suffering bad body mechanics so you guys can enjoy that view. Because technically, this is where I'm at. You can see, I am literally on, can't get more organic than this, I'm on a bunch of rocks. Seriously. And that's where I'm at. And this shadow right here, I think, is potentially the microphone. Can't get more earthy, crunchy than that. I can absolutely. But yeah, welcome to Bristol, Rhode Island, and experiment. You know, we're trying. Yeah, well, even with an in-person helper, it'd be difficult with connection and Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi isn't everywhere. You don't always get a 4G, and I literally, I'm not even kidding, drove around with my phone in my hand to see where I had the best connection. And I'll tell you, where was my best connection? in the middle of a street, no view. At an intersection, in front of a mailbox, random. Yes, you're getting a cell tower. Where would they find someone? I know, huh? I know. I don't know what the deal is. Really? But loading, exactly. So this is the part of the live. And this is also, yeah, maybe someone in Nevada. But ultimately, I like to do, and what I want to do, it really would take, the backing of, a network and people. Seriously. And have a crew and all that. But we do the best we can here at Insight with Moonshadow with a top-notch, state-of-the-art, top-notch, amazing, small sampling of amazing, incredible, beautiful souls that make this thing happen every week. So, yes. So there we go. But, and also too, I must say that the topic is an interesting topic, but I'm not, I think I need to get you a dead cat mic cover. Dead cat mic cover. Dead cat mic cover. Okay. Hell of a name. Dead cat mic cover. I don't know. Is it a dead cat and does it sit on my microphone? Okay. I'm sure it is a thing. It sounds like it'd be like a rock and roll, punk rock kind of major thing. Oh, it helps with wind noise. Fantastic. But so yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes, and then we'll get this puppy started. We'll get this show on the road. But it's an unseasonably warm day, unseasonably warm autumn day here in Rhode Island, and of course it wasn't this windy before I hit the live button. By the way, I'm just telling you the truth. Prior to hitting the live button, it was not this windy. So again, from messy, and it was also not this popular too. Obviously, there's a lot of really popular peeps here as well, and we have people cruising by. Hey guys, love this shirt. That shirt rocks. So yeah, so needless to say, yes, wind noise, added crew, adding to the wish list of many things that Insight with Moonshadow needs. So for the sake of, I haven't started the show yet, but for the sake of it, Travel Channel, Animal Planet, National Geographic. Bing, 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 bing. Anyway, not even cold here. It was a fantastic, beautiful weather day here, other than a tiny bit of a breeze. But of course, we're surrounded by ocean, so this is part of it. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. As Beck would say, 2 turntables and a microphone. Instead, we have 1 BlackBerry tripod and a microphone, and here we are, doing it live. And you know what? She does have her own show, and we're working on it. Did I hear about Tom Petty? What? He didn't go too, did he? Is he dead too? This is why I don't like Hefner goes. We have another one. Well, that's nonsense. Thanks for letting me know. This is probably why I don't watch the news. Cardiac arrest at 66. That's terrible. Yes, and also too, as a little teaser, yes, my producer, Ariel, will be restarting her YouTube channel. New, brandy new, sparkly YouTube channel. And it's going to happen, but she needs a little kick in the butt. I think I know a certain bear that can do that. Anyway, yes. Yeah, no. It wasn't because of someone. I was looking for a location, but I had to kind of rein in a few thoughts and things. So that's also something as well. I had to rein in some stuff. Yeah, come at me, bro. Yeah, bring it. Come on. Bring it. So here we go. Well, might as well start the show. What time is it anyway? All right, it's 16:54, which is 4:54, and people that like to do AM and PM. Yeah, more like pumpkins, fruit bats, and puppies. Hey, Gene, welcome. Welcome. So, okay. We'll give it another 5 minutes. Let's start promptly at 5. So we'll have a little chit chat before then. Give my phone and the connection some time to acclimate. Zoli voli voli, get things moving, connect me. Well, I can tell you right now, if I was on another live streaming broadcast, it'd already be dead by now. So kudos to YouTube for being a badass for live streaming. Just saying. Big fan. And you're not going anywhere, which is fantastic. And yes, FYI, she still doesn't know the topic. And neither did I until a little bit ago. But also, too, despite not knowing the topic, I had something to say. And this is going to be truly stream of consciousness as well. 5 bars, 4G. Damn. That's the way we want it. Are we sure there is one? Ooh. Is there a spoon, Michael, or is there not a spoon? Yes. Is there a topic? Or as Shakespeare would say, is there or is there not a topic? That is the question. It's from the Matrix. Yep, and the quote, something about the quote, in fact, I'm sure Ariel can put it up real quick, but the secret to it, I believe, the quote is, there is no spoon. And Keanu Reeves, very underrated actor, believe it or not, but yes, there is no spoon. When I was back in college and I was talking to my ethics professor, was it ethics or philosophy? It was philosophy. It was my philosophy. Hey, Pamela. And it was my philosophy professor. But there is spooning. Spooning is good. But my philosophy professor, we were talking in class, and he had said we were talking about reality, how this is real because we can touch it, we can feel it, we can see it, we can smell it. So he knocked on the desk and he had said, this desk, we can, therefore it's real. We could lift it. We could smell it. We can do all that, right? So then I looked and I just raised my hand for a second, and he was like, yeah. I went, yeah, but how do you know if we're real? How do you know if we're not some figment of someone's imagination or actors in a story, in a child's bedtime story? How do we know if truly we are real? How do we know if we're not in some strange dimension? So, needless to say, what happens? He looks at me and goes, you have a point. And he said, right after that, you're going to be trouble, aren't you? Yes. Fun fact. Back in the day. But that, I have to say that myself and the professor had many a lunch after that, talking about many different things. Yes, we could be on a planet and a pendant and a cat's necklace. The galaxy of Orion. Men in Black. That's coming from the Men in Black movie. For all we know. But yes. Okay, we're going to start the show. We got a nice little seagull. A beautiful seagull, too. Chilling. What's up, dude? Sorry I don't have food for you. I usually do. But, yes, we're going to start it now. So we got 14:59, or for the people like AM and PM, if that's more friendly for you, 4:59. It's almost 5. Okay. So let's start this puppy. Welcome to Inside Moonshadow. I am Moonshadow. Here in Bristol Road, sitting by the bay here. And, of course, in true fashion of wanting to do more things live and remote and winging it, if you will, this is what we're doing. So, here we are, Bristol, Rhode Island. This amazing view behind me. Now, if you go all the way across here, that's actually Warwick, Rhode Island, which it takes normally about 45 minutes to get to, but if I had a boat, it'd take me all of maybe 15 minutes. Interesting. Before getting on to the topic today, I'll look out for an equipment package in the mail a few days. Oh my goodness. Before I go into topic today, I have to say a few things that were very, very important. First of all, I would like to have a moment of silence for all the people that have suffered and lost between Puerto Rico, Las Vegas, Texas, and Florida. A lot of people were lost through a lot of major upheaval. Some of it man-made and some of it nature. So all those people suffering, and all those people that have it much harder than us presently. about the topic, but I wanted to say a few things here on the show during the part of the show that is kept, that's not edited out, to say a few things. Now, one of the things that comes to mind right away is not so positive. And a lot of you are used to me being very, very positive and optimistic. But I'm going to leave that part brief. A lot of adversity in the world. We have social media that's all over. We have a lot going on. It seems like the world is going to hell in a handbasket. I have one thing to say to the leaders of this country. Do your effing job. Just do your job. People are dying. Things are happening. Do your job. It's not meant as a political slur. I can care less about politics. It's people before politics. So just do your job. People are dying. We have more bad news. We have 98% of the news on television right now is all horrible. Try to be the light. Please. Throw the ego aside for a minute. Don't think about how many cars you have. Don't think about how many houses you have. Don't think about golf. Do your job. Because there are a lot of people that are doing your job. So, that's it for the negativity. Truly hope that this country would smarten up. And I'm not talking about the people of this country. I'm talking about the so-called leaders of this country. Quit the fighting and actually do your job. So, we're going to leave that with that. However, now onto the good stuff. I want to give lots of love and lots of props and lots of light to every single person that have put their own safety, their own lives, their own agendas to help others. In Puerto Rico, we have people that are doing what they can. And I can't knock on the government there because their hands are tied. They're doing the best they can. They should have had stuff, drop shipped from helicopters. It's one of our territories. Take care of them. But anyway, I have to give a lot of credit to all those people, all those first responders, all those people that are doing first aid, everyone that practically, in fact, I heard just today, in lieu of this Las Vegas tragedy, there was one person I heard a story about that he used himself as a human shield to help someone else out. I commend and I give love and light to those people. They're putting other people before them. A lot of people can learn from that. Now, that may have been difficult, and some people may have liked or not liked what I had to say, but it is what it is. So sorry, not sorry, in that I can't. It just, something had to be said, but ultimately, the people I have to give so much love, despite their alliances to whatever. Just people are in need. People are in need. So you help them. Yesterday, and you know, yesterday I was out, and I like to practice random acts of kindness just because, just for the sake of doing it. It's not for any other reason, just to do it. And I was out. There was a couple of people behind me. I think they were bikers actually. And you know, I just took care of the bill. It was just a couple of coffees. But the point was, people don't know kindness as much now as they used to, say 20 years ago, or when there's huge atrocities happening. So practicing random acts of kindness and just doing things just because, just to be nice to people, just to be kind, just to put out some good energy out there is so important. And I'm sorry for your loss, Gene, but you know what? I will say this. Your brother was someone that, for him, didn't regret. He doesn't regret what he did. Because that's, you know, that's what heroes are all about. You don't have to be wearing a cape. You don't have to wear a mask. You could give blood. Which I thought about giving blood, but it probably wouldn't even touch anyone in Las Vegas. It'd probably stay within the state, because blood has the shelf life of only 8 weeks. And just fun fact, this is why a lot of times the blood sender will call you every 7 weeks, is because they continuously need an ongoing supply. For every 1 pint that you donate, you save 3 lives. It's not even kidding. It's the truth. So Gene, I would have to say your brother is definitely a hero, and he is not going to be forgotten for that. I can't give him a hero's welcome. I can't have a parade in his name. But you know what? The fact that he put his own safety on the line to help others, that's big in my book. So, your brother was a hero. Also, too, there are a lot of people that are stepping up to help the world today. And ultimately, that's something that I can be very proud of. So yeah, so if you happen to be near Nevada, near Las Vegas, in Nevada, in the state, donate blood. That's one way you can help. That's one chance for you to help other people. It takes literally 8 weeks. There's a shelf life of 8 weeks for every pint of blood. And you could give blood to someone that got into a car accident. You can give blood to a mother that lost a lot of blood during childbirth. You don't know how many people you could be saving just by donating 1 pint of blood. So you can be a hero just by doing that. So badly I wanted to, jump on a plane and run to Puerto Rico, but 9 out of 10, there's so many people down there. It'd be so difficult to. It's more supplies that they need, But there are a lot of people helping. There are a lot of people there. A lot of support people. So yeah, last I checked, there was over 500 people wounded. Now, I can go into why. I can tell you why this stuff is happening. I know why this stuff is happening. But we're not going to talk about that here, not today, because it'll definitely take us to a different place. But there's a lot of unfortunate energy here in the world that is happening. So yeah, and actually too, and you can, yeah, and you could actually donate double red, and that's safe for you. You can donate plasma. You can do that as well. I've been debating on donating double red because you can do that a lot quicker, and I think plasma you can donate every 3 or 4 weeks, but you'd have to double check with that. I know that I was just told that recently, last time I gave blood. And there's a good chance that there will be a show from the center, and I'm in the process of making cool. But there will be a show about more specifically about blood donorship, why donate, and everything. I'm in the process of coordinating all the logistics on being able to live stream right from the blood center. So unfortunately, got to go through proper channels. I can't just show up in the joint and do that. But I just want to thank all of you. I want to personally thank everyone that has helped. If you've been in an atrocity and you grabbed somebody and pulled them to safety, or pulled someone out of an accident, or check to see if someone was on the side of the road, if they need any help. There are many times I've done that, and we have cell phones nowadays. We have AAA and cell phones. But if it's some place where it's kind of dangerous and it kind of seems like it's out of the way, I'll stop and ask if they have a cell phone, if they have that kind of thing, so they can be all right. And this is also, really, really important, because this is what's going on today. So if there's anything that this chaos has brought, it has brought a lot more light workers to the surface. It has brought a lot more people that want to give, that want to do, that want to be in service of. You don't have to be a firefighter. You don't have to be a policeman. You don't have to be a paramedic. Just today alone, via social media, I saw incredible posts, putting up candles, sending out love and energy, opening up and exposing what's happening in the world today. And that's important. And that's really important stuff, for sure. So ultimately, a lot of times I have said, be the light or be the reflection, but do something. I challenge you on that. Everyone here, they're pretty awesome people. They're people that really would rather be in service and help than not help. So that I have to commend everyone that comes here. So I gotta say that thank you for all of you that have helped, whether it be a natural disaster or someone that was mentally in and unstable, losing their mind. Thank you for being there. And thank you for helping others. Thank you for putting your ego aside and thinking about someone else's needs before you. Even in the airlines, they say if the oxygen masks come down, put one on yourself first, because you may be that person's lifesaver. You may save their lives. So at first I didn't understand that, but then it finally made sense. Very much in the same way, if you are a better person, stronger person, more grounded person, then you're better to other people. So, but I just want to say thank you for all those earthbound angels that have helped others. Nurses, teachers, postmen, lady down the street, whoever. Thank you. Now on to the topic. Hello, puppy. He's like, what you doing? A very cute little pup. Then I'd give you like all kinds of vertigo and stuff. It'd be crazy. So on to the topic. So the topic is about kids and children. Laugh out loud. No, it's not about kids and children. It's not about children and kids and pets. Yes. It's not about that. But, Michael, it's about puppies. Yes, I think whenever there's too many not so great posts on social media, I think a good puppies was always good. And here we go. We got our like, yeah, it's puppies. Yeah. Well, all right. Virtual puppy experience today, please. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic. And people are wondering, and no, right now, I have a certain producer. I always go, what's the topic? What is it? What is the topic? Yes, cute little chubby tummies and puppy toes. Yes. Gotta love puppies and kids. I don't understand anyone that doesn't like puppies or kids. Yes. And see, there's the look. And I get the look. You can't see this, and you're not gonna see this in the replay, but there's a look. I just got a look. I was like, oh. Andy, you get the next best thing. You got kids. Kids are just as good as puppies, except you have to put them through college. That's the hard part. Puppies are easier. You know, housebreak them, they're good to go. They still drive you crazy. So be it. But yes. So, you guys ready? They're like, yes. Well, less poop picking up. Well, actually, you know, kids can do the same thing. If they don't take the potty training, believe me, I've potty trained quite a few children. You have to be pretty creative when you're potty training children. Not a joke. I'm dead serious. But the topic today is about service. It's about doing your job. It's about actual service. It's about really looking at what your purpose is and being who you are in the world, really. It's about service. Now, this is something that, of course, in lieu of a lot of what's going on today, this is why the topic is happening today. That's why we're talking about it today. With the power of service, almost just about anybody can be good at helping. Just about anybody can be good at changing the world 1 minute at a time, 1 moment at a time. So, how can you be of service? A lot of people put some ridiculous stuff up. Some people don't really think about what they post. Some. Not going to criticize. That's their social media. That's their social world. But you have the ability to be in service to the world, or service to people. You don't have to be a president. You don't have to be rich. And you don't even have to have arms and legs. You know, there are people that have been very, very ill, that have learned from their own adversity and became of service. So be you and give to the world. It can be pretty difficult in this world of judgment and criticism, in this world full of the some of the negative emotions that are still part of us, still human nature. We also have the ability to nurture and care for others. We have the ability to give and put out there without it being clickbait, without promoting a product, without doing a service, right? Yeah, like Anna's saying, my sister-in-law lost her legs and still working at the zoo. Ooh, please put that back up, because I definitely want to share that. Okay, so her sister-in-law lost her legs and she's still back at work at the zoo. It took time, but she's still there. Awesome. And ultimately, and I've experienced that myself. A lot of the amazing assistance and help and support that I've received in my life were from people that truly cared from the bottom of their hearts for me and for my work and what I do. So that in itself, I have to say thank you, and thank you for all the support and everything. And this is why I thank people every week, every day. I'm grateful for that. No matter how tough no matter how tough life can be, it's there have been people in service to helping my cause and my words, and that means a lot. Because who the hell am I? Really? Just somebody with a voice? Somebody with a brain? Somebody with a message? I don't know. But the point is, very much no different than I feel like I'm in service to others, to you, to the world. All of us have some purpose to help serve. I collect Hard Rock Cafe merchandise, mostly hats. And they've changed up they were doing Love All, Serve All, and changed it up to something else, whatever they're doing now. Because ultimately, you're being good to other people. You can ask somebody if they need help. All of us need some form of assistance. Now, you've heard me say before that it takes a village to raise a child, and it truly, truly does. It does take a village to raise a child. Why? It takes teachers and mail carriers and nurses, doctors. I remember locally when I was a little kid, there was a butcher shop that we used to go to, and he was always very kind. Did he do that because he had to be? Did he do that so he can continue buying cold cuts from him? He was just being kind for the sake of being kind. Times have changed a bit, but the sense of service hasn't. Recently, I still got a bit of a cough, so I apologize. Recently, I put in a post on social media with Mr. Rogers talking about finding the helpers. Something bad happens, finding the helpers. And literally within 30 seconds, a bunch of people shared it out. You know, I remember the way I was raised was if something went down, if you, times have changed a little bit now. And thanks, Anna. I'm glad you shared that. I appreciate that. And I shared two different versions of that because it came up twice. But to be in service does not mean that it has to be a job. You don't have to do it 24/7. You don't have to wear a cape. You don't have to do it. It's just when it matters. You don't have to be live streaming it. You don't have to be on CNN or the news. It's really about being mindful and being caring and being thoughtful of other people's needs. Because ultimately, if we did that, then things would be so much better. The world itself would be a much better place if we all thought about how we can be of service. Because ultimately, if you truly thought of how you could be of service, even one of our most amazing presidents, and he wasn't perfect, far from, even he had said, ask not what you can do, what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That's pretty profound. Some of the biggest people that have ever influenced me probably have gone through incredible adversity. They probably weren't treated very kindly at all. But this is part of it. But we're still of service, aren't we? No matter how we're treated, we still get back up. A prominent first lady said, and these are little snippets of things that, again, this is not about affiliation or anything. This is just profound words, wisdom. A very profound and prominent first lady I have deep respect for because she was a class act, said, when they go low, we go high. Meaning, no matter what happens, don't ever stoop to someone's level. Always rise above it. And again, that's part of what service is rising above what's happening in the world. Now, recently, all of you have a lot of you have known that I've gone across country a bit and I've traveled quite a bit. But one thing I have realized and learned was there are a lot of really nice people out there still. That recharged my faith in the fact of people aren't. Not everyone's a douche nozzle. Not everyone's horrible. And it took a dent. I'm not going to say it didn't take a dent out of me for a little bit. With what we see in the news, you look at the news for 30 seconds, it throws you into a depression. But it's all about being of service. You know what I mean? It's getting past all that. Getting past the negative propaganda, the rhetoric, the BS, and thinking to yourself, I think I'm going to change that channel and do something else. I think I'll have a random conversation with someone I don't even know. Just show up. See who's out there. It's things like that. Like in the works of getting a bunch of hearts so I can put them wherever I go as well. Looking forward to that. It's things like that that really stoke that inner flame to say, be of service. Do more. Be more. Do what you can. Change the world. Make someone smile. Yesterday I had a conversation with a young one, and she was there with her sister, and she was very, very wise, very, very funny. But it brought me to realize that there's a lot of wisdom of all ages. Hi. Sure. So the camera was facing that side or this side. But they were mindful. That was cool. That was cool. I think that's pretty amazing stuff. Here's a perfect example. She stopped, looked at me and said, "Can I go by? Is that cool?" Now, in this world today, from what you've seen, or what the world has shown via TV, media, whatever, you would think that people would be like, I need to go by. To be honest, I have been, and that's where I can honestly say from the bottom of my heart, I've been truly fortunate, because I attract wild and crazy people, usually people out of the box, usually interestingly quirky people, but all very good-hearted. People that do things, whether it be a little thing or a big thing. They could take in rescues. They could be the next American ninja. Who knows? But it's all really about really connecting to not just your inner purpose, but what can you do to make the world a better place? What can you do? It could be one little tiny thing. One little tiny thing. It could be just smiling at someone when you know that they've had a tough day. It could be about getting one of those dividers at the grocery store, or helping someone empty their carriage. Now, some people might think that's kind of weird, because they'd be like, what are you trying to help me for? It has become conditioned that there aren't as many nice people out there in the world. But I'll tell you, there are. But they're choosing. They're picking and choosing. They're looking at it. They're wondering, can I be nice to this person? Now there's another funny little post that came in social media today, and I shared it because I had no choice. Not completely off topic, but kind of within topic too, because sometimes people in perception they misperceive things. But it was kind of funny. This guy was sitting at a table. This really nerdy-looking girl comes up, and she starts. Oh well, I think you're kind of cute. I would love to get to know you better, right? And he was like, no, I can't. It'd be nice. And he says something about his mother being in the hospital, and he has to leave to go to the hospital to see her. Obviously, brushing this nerdy girl out, right? He's brushing her off because she's a nerd, glasses and all. Well, this nerdy girl now walks into the restaurant and goes through this makeover, right? Takes off the nerd gear, gets all dressed up. Looks like $1 million. Now, granted, the nerdy girl was still pretty damn cute. Just saying, truthfully. So now this hottie comes out of the restaurant all of a sudden, blah blah blah, and then she goes, "Oh, mind if I sit here?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." Well, after like a minute or whatever, or 30 seconds, so she's like, "Oh well, would you like to grab a coffee or something?" Now I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly all that. I'm giving you the spirit of it all, right? But it's on my feed. So, needless to say, he was like, "Yeah, we can do that right now. There's a great restaurant that I can show you," and blah blah blah. So then she kind of lets him kind of talk for a little bit longer, and then she says, "Oh, I have a question for you. So, your mom's okay? You don't have to go visit her in the hospital?" And he was like, and she's like, "Yeah, you're not." And I would never want to go out with someone like you. So she gets up and walks away. But again, it's about perceptions, but ultimately, the grand scheme of why I'm talking about this, and why I bring this up, is the fact that you have to go out of your own comfort zone to be of service. Sometimes you have to kind of put yourself out there so people can see who you are, to see what you can do, to see. And a lot of times people don't realize that. A lot of people like to be in their own little personal little bubble, in their safety, but ultimately sometimes you just have to put yourself out there. Like giving blood. Perfectly safe. Sorry about that. Perfectly safe way of being of service. Out. Seeing how you can put out there to the world, what you can do out there. Even live streaming. There are a lot of really good people that are broadcasting and live streaming a lot of positivity. And I watch those live streams. I watch them because it makes me realize that there is good out there. There are people that are putting themselves out there despite criticism, despite judgment, despite they'd rather be kind of wrapped up in their little ball. So that's really what it's all about. So I know that today may have seemed a little bit on the roundabout kind of thing. But it brought me to realize that being of service to others is just really incredibly important. So if there's something you can do, there's something you can share, story that you can put out there, if there's something you could do to make someone's life better, Whether it's just greeting them, saying hello, asking them how they are and meaning it. Whether it's, giving some of your change to a charity. Buy someone's groceries that you don't even know. Dissipating the negative with posting positive. All those things are very simple. They're doable. You don't have to be difficult. And as Jean is saying as well, that she would love to go back in the military. I know she's got a lot going on herself and she has a full plate. But she always puts out good energy, good juju. She's always thinking positive. Even in the worst of days, she always switches it around. I didn't know how hard it could be. It's hard when you have a tsunami and negativity hitting you. But that's the important part. Is being real. And really being who you are 24/7 and not giving a damn what people are going to think. Because ultimately, I think if we all did that, I think the world would be a better place too. And it's not so giving a damn, it's just if you're kind and respectful, kind and mindful to people, sometimes that's all that matters. Sometimes that's all you have to do. That in itself might be an amazing thing. That in itself may change the world. Because think about it. If you have a dark space in your home, or you're in a dark space and you blast it with light, there's no more darkness anymore, is there? So in the same way, if we be the light, then that changes a lot, doesn't it? So as random as this topic may be, as crazy as it may sound, do something for someone else, for a moment, for a minute. It could be something as simple as posting someone's spaghetti dinner for a charity. But all of us are heroes. All of us have the capacity of creating miracles. All of us have the capacity of being of service to others and just making a difference. You don't need anything but yourself, your voice, your desire, your heart to be able to put good in the world. And that's the important part, right? And I see the moon coming up over there on this side of me. Interesting, I have the sun setting on this side, and I have the moon on that side. This was a great spot, I think. At least good for my zen anyway. Hopefully great for the show. But there's any questions, anything that you guys want to share, feel free. Well, down here, I'll tell you, I have not even thought about wearing a hoodie. I have not even thought about wearing something worn yet. By the way, not even remotely. It's like right now, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably in this right now, but it's still unseasonably warm today. That's how warm it was. And as you can tell from the view, I'll give you guys a little taste of what I'm getting for a view. So there you go. going to shift it over. Let's see. I don't know if we can see the moon here, but we're going to try. I don't know if you can see the moon back there. I'm not sure, but it was worth a shot. But ultimately, anyone that usually are friends or of support of this channel, can you see it? Isn't that cool? Well, I will say this. To go ahead and put yourself out there is an amazing thing. It may not be easy. It may not be safe all the time. But I'll tell you, it's worth it. It is so worth doing. I've been in service of people ever since I was probably... What are you talking about? The planet? Yes. Bro, I've ever since I was out of the womb. Just because I was always trying... Whether it was pushing an old lady's cart when I was 3-4 years old, to now, being much older than 3 and 4 years old. Yeah. But that's really what it's all about. So put yourself out there. Try to be of service. Doesn't take much. I know Thanksgiving is coming up. You can put food baskets together. This is really the time of being of service to others, to people that have less than you. And I understand all of us have less than what we're used to. But you could always be worse off, and someone always has it worse off than you. This is something that we need to think about a little bit more often. There's always someone worse off than you. So, I want to thank you guys for being here and spending time with me here, episode 90. Episode 90 of Inside with Moonshadow. And there's a perfect example. Anna was a recipient of a food basket. And it was well loved and well used, right? Go figure. I myself have been the recipient of much kindness with people. A lot of kindness with people that have done it just because. And I appreciate that immensely. So do what you can. Whether you're making a little kid smile, whether you're giving a pint of blood, be of service. We may need to teach our leadership how to do the job. Because apparently they need to do some learning. And I'm talking about many years of it. So yeah. I want to thank you guys for being here. Spending time with me here on Inside with the Moonshadow. Episode 90 here by... I'm not sure if this is the mountain or bay, but this is salt water. This is ocean. This goes right out into the ocean. I want to thank you guys for being here, for spending over an hour with me during my insane rants, my all topics. It's all of you that really helped me. All of you helped me continue doing my work. So I appreciate all of you for being here in a big way. And I want to continue doing it. We're looking at a lot of new upgrades. As you can already see, there have been upgrades in some of the tech, some other new stuff coming up, and I'm just trying to be a light. It might be a candle, but I'm trying to be an LED the best I can. So, well, thank you. And hopefully, we will reach that potential. That's all I can say. I hope so. We're doing the best we can. And just be the light, people. Just really, truly shine brightly, because we need it. We need all the light we can get. I'm a good mag light. Awesome. Thank you for that. So, from the beautiful Cole State Park here in Bristol, Rhode Island, lots of love to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. And all right. I'm back. So unfortunately, due to a very remote network, here we are. So just figure, as I'm ending this show, literally the last 30 seconds, not even, last 10 seconds, this is what happens. That's okay. We can finish it up, polish it up after with editing, so I'll probably do the finish now. So, as I say always, be strong, be amazing, be you. Thanks for being here. See you guys next week.